Welcome to this week's episode of Unsettle Yourself. Today we're talking about choosing acceptance over fitting in. And this topic has been in my heart for a couple of weeks because this is something I think we've all sort of been through at some point in our life growing up, unless you were probably considered part of the cool crowd and you never felt like you didn't belong in that cool crowd, also. And what I really want to address is why we feel the need to A, make ourselves fit in, and B, why we feel the need to make others fit in. Also, because there's two parts to it. Is one, why are we trying to fill a space that is too small for us? If we're genuinely trying to fit something in, it means the space is too small and we're too big for that. So why are we making ourselves smaller in order to fit into spaces that we probably don't really want to be anyway? And why are we asking other people to do that as well? So the first question is really, why are we doing that? And it's because we have a fear of rejection and wanting to be accepted ourselves. But we don't know how to do that if people are asking us to be, act, look a certain way. So if that's what people see as the ideal, then anything less than that is considered less than that. So if we address that and we say, okay, so if that's not actually the case and I can be my full self, then why do I ask other people to try to fit in also? And, the reason why we do it is because we don't feel accepted ourselves. And that's where it starts. We need to actually accept who we genuinely are from the inside out, all aspects of us, in order to then actually accept other people. When we don't feel accepted, we're much more willing to judge and not accept other people as a result of that. So, as always, it starts with us first. And I have that as an example of growing up, I didn't feel accepted and I never really felt that. I felt like I had to fit in, but I didn't genuinely feel accepted. And it wasn't until I started working on myself and going inward and understanding this concept and truly accepting all parts of me, all aspects of me, that I then genuinely accepted all of the people around me for exactly who they are and encouraged them to continue to just be more of themselves, not to change who they are, but to enhance who they are and be an even better version of that themselves. So that, once you start with you, then you can actually spread that out. Um, the other question is, why do we allow either ourselves or others to try to make anyone else fit in instead of being themselves? And I think that is the fear of rejection. So if we call that out, if we say, like, hey, they don't need to fit in, they could just be themselves, then, especially growing up, if we would say that, um, you would get the weird look of, what are you talking about? And you would start to be rejected. So it was the fear of not being part of that inner circle. So you just don't say something because then your acceptance, fitting in, is jeopardized. So you don't say anything. Now, I really want to then talk about, who do you become? So if you notice that, okay, I'm going to stop asking people to fit into whatever box I'm trying to put them in and allow them to just be themselves. And I start by doing that with myself. I'm going to accept all of me and not try to put myself in any of these boxes or in any of these spaces that make me smaller than who I am, and truly accept all parts of me, all aspects of me, without condition. If I'm going to do that, and I'm going to start there, then who do I become? Am I then becoming the person that accepts without condition? Or do I become the person who rejects somebody because they don't fit in? And that's really what it's all about, is what am I going to do going forward? Who am I choosing to be going forward? Am I going to be the person who chooses to accept somebody? Or am I going to be the person who chooses to not accept people because they don't fit in, because they don't look like me, they don't act like me? Um, They don't do any of these things. They don't do what I want them to do. They don't fit into this box that I have created for them to fill only, not expand from within that box. So it's really a question about what are you going to do going forward? Who are you choosing to be as you go forward? And can you start accepting yourself so that you can start accepting others for who they genuinely are?